Hello, good morning, my dear students of 10th B and 10th F. We continue the second chapter, Nelson Mandela. In the last classes, we saw the inauguration of the new government. Then we noticed the swearing-in ceremony of Nelson Mandela and a display of the military power by South African jets. We come to the next paragraph number 20, page number 20, first paragraph. That day had come about through the unimaginable sacrifices of thousands of my people whose suffering and courage can never be counted or repaid. I felt that day, as I have on so many other days, that I was simply the sum of all those African patriots who had gone before me. That long and noble line ended and now began again with me. I was pained that I was not able to thank them, and they were not able to see what their sacrifices had wrought. Here Nelson Mandela, while taking pledges and after that giving speech, he remembered all those people who sacrificed their lives for the freedom of the country. Unimaginable sacrifices of thousands of my people, unimaginable, which can't be thought of. Sacrifices, offering, that's something valuable for slaughter, for the welfare of the people of South Africa. He felt that day as I have on so many other days. Not only that day, other days also he had that pain towards those people, that he was not able to thank them. And also he felt bad that because of their sacrifices, because of their sufferings, only he is able to come to that position. They were not able to see what their sacrifices had wrought, had done. They did not wait. They were no more. They are no more. And on that day also they were not there to see the result of their sacrifice and hard work. Next para, the policy of apartheid. The policy of apartheid created a deep and lasting wound in my country and my people. Apartheid, racial segregation, policy of racial segregation, seeing the people according to their color, white and black, discrimination. The policy of apartheid created a deep and lasting wound in my country and my people. All of us will spend many years, if not generations, recovering from that profound hurt. He announced to the public that this pain will be there generations after generations. It will take much time to recover from that profound hurt. But the decades of oppression and brutality had another unintended effect. The decades of oppression and brutality, cruelty, had another unintended means not thought of, Such kind of effect they had, and that was that it produced the Oliver Thabos, the Walter Sissulas, the Chief Lutulis, the Yusuf Dadus, the Bram Fishers, the Robert Sobukwas of our time, men of such extraordinary courage, wisdom, and generosity that their like may never be known again. That is why these people are some prominent ones in the struggle against apartheid. They sacrificed their lives. He mentioned some of their names. And because of their hard work, just like our father of our nation, Gandhiji did, Jawaharlal Nehru, and many other freedom fighters, we all remember them the special day of our Indian Independence Day. Same, these are some important names in the struggle against apartheid. No need to learn their name, but just remember their extraordinary courage, wisdom, knowledge, and generosity, large heartedness, kindness towards their nation, that their like may never be known again. Perhaps it requires such depths of oppression to create such heights of character. The oppression was so deep in their minds. That is why they could create such heights of character to sacrifice their lives for the country. My country is rich in the minerals and gems that lie beneath its soil. Gold, diamond, treasure is there in the land of South Africa. But I have always known that its greatest wealth is its people, more than those rich minerals and gems. Nelson Mandela remembered those people, considered those people as the country's greatest wealth, finer and truer than the purest diamonds. More than the diamonds, he considered the influence of these people, the sacrifice, the suffering of these people are more important, more finer and truer than pure diamonds, purest diamonds. Just think how he considered those people. He reminiscences about those days gone by, which will soon be the part of history, where the whites had formed a system. What is that system? Apartheid. System of racial dominance against the blacks. It was the basis of the harsh societies, which is now overturned. He says that in his speech, the policy of apartheid created a deep and lasting wound on his country and its people. But now it's a system that recognized the rights and freedom of all people. He remembers, and also regrets the loss of thousands of people on that auspicious day, important day. He thought about this also, thought of himself as some of all those African patriots who sacrificed their lives before him. He was so pained that he could not thank them. He recalled those great freedom fighters, those names: Oliver Tambos, Walter Sisulu, Chief Luthuli, etc., etc. And he highlights these people are the men of uncommon courage, wisdom, and generosity. And he mentions this also, these people. And the people of the country are the greatest wealth, more than the wealth, the mineral wealth. Got it? Next paragraph. It is from these comrades in the struggle that I learned the meaning of courage, comrades, friends, companions. That I learned the meaning of courage. Time and again I have seen men and women risk and give their lives for an idea. It is from these comrades he learned the courage, the meaning of courage. Time and again I have seen men and women risk and give their lives for an idea. He noticed every man and woman tried to get freedom for the country. I have seen men stand up to attacks and torture without breaking, showing a strength and a resilience. Torture, to treat cruelty, to make one suffer physically. They stood up to attacks and torture, showing a strength and resilience. Resilience means ability to deal with any hardship. Elasticity, we can say. Patiently suffered everything. I have seen men stand up to attacks and fortune without breaking, showing a strength and resilience that defies the imagination. Defies the imagination. Defies here means that can't be explained through words. Defies the imagination. I can't explain it. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear. Notice that. Nelson Mandela learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Courage here means no fear, but the victory over it. Showed that courage to win the device here that can't be explained. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid. Brave people are not afraid of anything. But he who conquers the fear. Who are brave people? The brave people are those for whom they are fighting for, get victory. Who conquers that fear? Who gets victory in whatever protest they are fighting for, they are protesting for. Got it clear? Next paragraph. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background. No one is born. We are not born with an idea to hate one another. Your color is not your fault, or his background, or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. If they are learned To hate one another, you must be taught to love also. For love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. Even in the grimmest times in prison, grimmest times, it's very difficult time, saddest, serious times in the prison. 30 years he was in prison. When my comrades and I were pushed to our limits, the cell is limited. They could not express themselves. His companions and I were pushed to our limits. I would see a glimmer of humanity. A glimmer means a little shine of humanity in one of the guards. Perhaps just for a second. Humanism. He noticed in one of the guards. Perhaps just for a second. But it was enough to reassure me and keep me going. And God showed them little bit humanity that gave him a great hope. One day I will come out of this prison. We all will be able to get out. We'll try to get the freedom of the country. It was enough to reassure me, to make me sure, to make me certain, keep me going with his own ambition to make his country free from the hands of white people. Man's goodness is never put out. It's a flame that can be hidden but never extinguished. Goodness of a man, it is just like a flame that can be hidden but never extinguished, never put out. That is what his experience when he was 30 years in the prison. This is enough for today. Tomorrow we continue the same chapter, Nelson Mandela. Read the chapter again and again because it's a very important chapter. Clear? Have a nice day. Keep safe and healthy. Thank you.